I am Jane Grey, and though history remembers me as the 9 Days Queen, my story is one of tragedy, ambition, and fleeting power. Born in October 1537, I was the eldest daughter of Henry Grey, Duke of Suffolk, and Lady Frances Brandon, herself a niece of King Henry VIII. My lineage tied me to the crown, but I never aspired to wear it. My childhood was one of rigorous education, as befitting a noblewoman. I was taught Latin, Greek, and Hebrew, alongside theology and philosophy. My Protestant faith was the cornerstone of my upbringing, shaping my beliefs and guiding my decisions. I admired the works of reformers and prayed earnestly for the purity of the Church of England. Yet, despite my scholarly pursuits, I was but a pawn in the grand political chessboard of Tudor England. In 1553, King Edward VI, my cousin and England's young Protestant king, grew gravely ill. Fearing the succession of his Catholic half-sister Mary, Edward's advisers sought to secure a Protestant heir. My lineage made me a suitable candidate, though I had never desired such a fate. I was married to Lord Guildford Dudley, son of the ambitious John Dudley, Duke of Northumberland. This union was part of a calculated plan to strengthen claims to the throne. When Edward died on July 6, 1553, I was summoned to the Tower of London. There, I learned of his device for the succession, which named me as his heir. I was horrified. I protested, claiming I was unworthy and unwilling, but my pleas fell on deaf ears. I was assured it was God's will, a duty I could not refuse. Reluctantly, I accepted the crown and was proclaimed Queen of England on July 10, 1553. Those 9 days were a blur of tension and uncertainty. I was a queen in name only, surrounded by advisers who sought to wield power through me. My husband's family pressed for his elevation to king, but I resisted, insisting he remain merely a consort. My brief reign was marked by fear and isolation, as Mary Tudor gathered supporters to challenge my claim. The people, weary of political manipulation, rallied to her cause, drawn by her promise of stability, and her rightful claim as Henry VIII's eldest daughter. By July 19, Mary's forces had overwhelmed mine. The Privy Council, sensing the tide had turned, declared their allegiance to her. My reign ended as abruptly as it began. I was imprisoned in the Tower, the same fortress where I had reluctantly accepted the crown. My days in captivity were consumed by prayer and reflection. I sought solace in my faith, preparing for the judgment I knew was inevitable. I was charged with high treason, though I had acted only under duress. In February 1554, following Wyatt's rebellion, an uprising ostensibly in my name, Mary could no longer afford to show mercy. I was sentenced to death. On February 12, 1554, I was led to the scaffold. I faced my fate with as much courage as I could muster, trusting in God's mercy. My final words were a prayer for forgiveness, and a plea for the salvation of my soul. As the executioner's axe fell, I left behind the turmoil of this world, a young woman caught in the ruthless struggles of power. History remembers me as a tragic figure, a girl thrust into a role she neither sought nor understood. My brief life and reign serve as a cautionary tale of ambition and the human cost of political intrigue. Yet, I hope to be remembered not only for my crown, but for my devotion to my faith and my steadfastness in the face of adversity.